Hi folks, this is all the fruit. I'm in the beautiful and gigantic Tenom Agricultural Park in Sabah in Borneo. And well, this place was teeming with people in the morning. Well, not visitors. I think I didn't see a single visitor, but a lot of gardeners. All the stuff here at the reception area. The little canteen was open. Yeah, there was a lot of stuff in the administrative area. Yes, I saw them. I talked to several of them. But now, at 1 o'clock at noon, it's like a ghost place. Oh yeah, weed whackers could be heard everywhere. Now there is nothing. The souvenir shop is closed. The guard's booth is closed. This here was what? Ah yeah, this here was the inside part. The inside entrance to the ticket booth is closed. Oh no, this was the entrance. The entrance is really closed. The exit is closed. The kiosk is closed. Yeah, the tiny little canteen out there is closed. And I'm in here alone. Probably not. I guess there will be some people somewhere, guards and even more stuff. But it feels kind of eerie, being alone in a giant agricultural park. Well, folks, want me to tell you something? I'm not locked in here in this park. This park is locked in with me. It's an agricultural park in the tropics, in Borneo, on the most fruit-rich island in the world. And this is the best place for fruit foraging in all of Borneo. So even though I have no water and no food, I'm gonna be fine. Well, right now water seems to be the most urgent thing, but on the way to the water, I'll also forage some food. We are not in the fruit season here, but among the hundreds of fruit species, we'll find something we can eat, right? Yesterday when I arrived here and the kiosk was closed, but there were still a lot of other people around, I asked, what should white men drink? And they said, white men should drink coconut. And then later, when the restaurant was still not open in the evening, I asked, what should white men eat? And they said, white men eat fruit. Ha! Little do they know that that's all I need. The monkey getting the key to the fruit plantation, getting the permit to forage. Well, I have the permit by the boss of the park anyways, but the workers don't know that. So they kind of gave me a funny joking permit, which I'm gonna use now. Velvet apple. The hairy cousin of kaki. Those are a little bit small. Don't know why. They can be 2 or 3 times the size. But totally tasty enough. This one is very soft already. Not the freshest anymore. Come on. There is a lot of bulk in those. Don't want to give up the bulk. Over there is some ripe champedak and jackfruit, but the ones I opened yesterday, well, rotten inside. Of course, champedak and jackfruit, probably you could live off them for months if you have a good water source. They will provide you a lot of sugar Also a lot of starch. Also some fats and proteins. But if you are really after protein, this is what you need. The egg fruit. The protein of the poor. Well, yes, some animal was already at this one. This is a tree with particularly nice and big fruits. Oh, this one is really overripe. Come on! I was munching on a lot of good fruits from this tree. Yeah, probably that's why there are not so many good fruits left. Bah, rotten. Yeah, guess I ate the two best fruits. Now I'm left with stuff like that. This fell from the tree before being completely ripe, so it doesn't taste like sweet pumpkin. It tastes more like, yeah, egg yolk, boiled egg yolk. However, as I said, I need water. The yellow mangosteen it's very sour. If you think this will quench your thirst, think again. It will quench the sensation of thirst. It will make your mouth water. But this water comes from your mouth. And not only do you need to still solve your water problems, you also need to solve the problem that this fruit has introduced a lot of acidity into your organism. You also have to compensate. Well, as I said, we are not in the fruit season. Passion fruit or maracuya. Yeah, I could eat it, but it's the same. Sour. You think it quenches your thirst. And actually it does the exact opposite. Star fruit, even worse in such a situation. It has a lot of oxalate. It's bad for your kidneys. And you know what you need to compensate trouble for your kidneys? Water. Even more water. Where do we get the water from? Well, we are in the tropics. So we have several options. The best, the easiest, the classical option is here. Coconuts. And they told me to drink coconuts if there is no water. Today the kiosk remained closed. So I think that it's so funny. Why do I always end up in such situations? Well, anyways, a man needs to drink. And the man has come prepared. Yeah. Yesterday I liberated an iron rod, made a bend into it, and started using it for acquiring water in a tropical fruit park. However, this bend has slightly decreased over time. Guess I need to bend it again a bit more. Yeah, folks, that's how you harvest coconuts like a pro. The people of Guadeloupe in the Caribbean taught me that. However, they usually had considerably longer metal rods. Also, those palm trees were considerably shorter. When I was here last time, 3 years ago, and I could get the coconuts off much easier than now. Yeah. But wherever there is water, there is life, I might say. There is no better water than coconut water. Now let me get out my knife and my straw. Let's quickly open the coconut. By the way, if you are wondering why I'm dressed like this, it's not because I've become less stupid and try to prevent sunburn. It's because here in Tenom Agricultural Park the mosquitoes are metal. I learned that even before I ever came to the park from the videos of Weird Explorer, who said put on long sleeves, long trousers, because those mosquitoes in Tenom Agricultural Park, they simply don't care about mosquito repellent. And even here in the sun, being bugged by mosquitoes. So, coconut, the easiest way to get water in the tropics. And as I said, when there was no water around, the staff even literally told me, because they thought, of course, how can a white man reach the coconut or even open the coconut? So they told me, yeah, drink coconuts. You know what? That's exactly what I'm gonna do. My little secret how to open coconuts with a small knife is you don't cut off the whole top. Just make a small hole in the side, and then, no, this hole is too small. Oh, come on. Make a hole. That's a sweet one. And then you can drink. So folks, that's how you survive when you are locked in a botanic garden / agricultural park, even overnight. Well, let me tell you a secret. This one even has a hostel, so the sleeping arrangements were not a big problem. But actually, yeah, yesterday all day I had to get food and water from the fruit collections. And today, because for some reason after 12 everybody is gone, it seems that the situation repeats itself. No problem, I will. Stuff just got a lot more real, folks, a lot more real. They slightly turned up the difficulty notch on our survival game. Well, remember when they abandoned me basically in this gigantic agricultural park, and each time I asked them, while they were still there, what should white men eat, what should white men drink? I got the stereotypical answer, white men eat fruit, white men drink coconut. Well, this early afternoon I was trying to have a nap on my bed in the hostel in my birthday suit. Yes, I'm the only person I was the only person in the hostel, big hostel, but no staff, and I'm the only guest. So why not? When a bunch of security guys burst into my room, yeah, I managed to get a blanket in time. And then one of them explained to me that some Filipino girls are moving in with me. I thought, jackpot. Well, turns out the girl is only one. Not necessarily a bad thing. And that she's about 70-something years old. No, not 17. I mean 7 with a 0. Well, but anyways, she has a very nice personality. And is being abandoned and all still just like me. Apparently they just let her in because, unlike me, she had booked in advance and then took off. Well, she had nothing to eat just like me. So we walked around the park for 2 hours, me treating her to all the different tropical fruits we found here. At the end, she was completely full, but not me. Yeah, I have to tell you secret, folks, I'm not a fruitarian. If I have durian and bananas and a couple other really nutritious things, I can go like a day or 1.5 without having any cooked meal. But then after some time I want at least a small portion of rice or noodles or egg or something. But the food is not a big problem. Turns out, after 2 hours we arrived at the park's headquarters that, yeah, the restaurant as well as the kiosk are gonna remain closed. No food and no water for us. We already had a couple coconuts on the way, but now I have to get us a sufficient supply to bring us both through the night, because we are both not completely out of water, but we are both down to about ½ liter each. So now it is big style coconut harvest. Well, those two are rotten, okay. Fruits are incredibly healthy. They can totally be used as medicine. However, with the kerundong, those people around here, they eat them unripe. They don't know what they are missing. Nice, sweet and sour. Well, good that I decided to check out the durian tree on the way to the coconuts. Look at that, folks. The only durian tree fruiting around here. I told the lady a little bit earlier that there is some wind, so some of the durians might come down. However, those two, the small one smells, the big one doesn't. If we find the pot and salt, we can make soup from the big one, but yeah. Anyways, we gonna eat tonight. By the way, when we arrived at the entrance complex with the restaurant and the little shop, and the security guys were still there, and we asked them once again, what shall we do? Where shall we get water? Where shall we go food? They replied to us once again stereotypically, go eat fruits, go drink coconut juice. Well, they might know, I've been here a couple times, so some of them maybe knew that I'm not completely inept and surviving in such situations. One of them, after he saw the parang and checked its sharpness, yes, he decided that I'm not as lost as I seem to be. Oh, the old lady is gonna be happy. Not just coconuts, but also durians. Also, guess who's gonna be here in the early morning at 4 o'clock? I bet more durians are gonna fall during the night. Yeah, well, they might have turned the difficulty up a tiny little notch, but it's still on easy mode. Come on, folks. Like, locked into a giant agricultural park with thousands of fruit trees, with a nice female companion, with all those beautiful lakes and towers and infrastructure. Yeah, it's still on really easy mode. The nice lady very modestly said that she needs only 1 coconut for the night. Of course, that means that she's gonna get at least 2. I need at least 5. That means my metal rod is definitely not gonna cut it anymore. I need something longer to provide us with the necessary water for the night. I checked my, well, aren't you looking at your pee when you are peeing? Well, mine was dark yellow, despite the fact that I still have a bit of water left. Yeah, That's the most stupid thing you can do, folks. As long as you have water, drink as much as you can. All those sticks don't have the hooks at the proper spot. Drink as much as you can. Nothing. This looks good. It's not gonna help you if you still have half a water bottle left, but have permanent kidney damage, either in a survival situation or in a very normal hiking or even training situation. Can happen to you in the gym, training too much. Not that I ever trained in the gym in my life. Training too much without drinking enough can give you permanent damage. Now, there are 3 coconut trees around here. And I want mostly, this stick is incredibly heavy. I want, and it's also breaking down there. I want mostly the young fruits. I don't need this dead weight here on the top. Okay. Decent quality jungle parang made by the Penan, the jungle nomads of the Borneo interior. Come on, give me your give me your coconuts, not just the dirt. Also folks, okay, no, this doesn't, okay, maybe it's still usable. Also folks, I know that this sounds up like a made-up scenario, like the stuff amateurs of the kind of Bear Grylls and so on do. And it's not a real survival situation. I mean, we can always exit the park, walk 10 kilometers or 8-9 kilometers to Tenom, or even find a shop in one of the nearby villages and get water. But firstly, too lazy for that. And secondly, they told us mockingly, not once, but at least 5 times, well, mockingly in a nice way, to eat fruits and drink coconuts, eh? Got 7 pineapples off camera. Oh, look at the mosquito clouds. One of them hit me on the head. I stumbled over another one and almost twisted my ankle. Bet you would have liked to see this, right? But the funny stuff always happens off cam. Now, since 4 of those have no handles and I can fit only 3 in my backpack. Oh my, wait, I also have to carry the durians. Well, that's the reason I'm drinking at least one here. I deserve this. I promised my lady a white wild dwarf pineapple. So, oops, white wild dwarf pineapple it is. I noticed that I'm at the limit of my carrying capacities, and they're about 500 to 600 meters to the hostel. So, what are we gonna do? Well, today's our lucky day, because this part of the park is the Rimba Tropica, the tropical rainforest. And guess what you find in a tropical rainforest? Vines. And if you say, well, we have vines in our temperate forests, we have stuff like ivy and old man's beard and so on. Oh, the vines in the tropics are on a totally different level. If you ask me whether I would prefer to have a rope in a tropical rainforest or just use the local vines, look at this. This is just 3 or 3.5 to 4 millimeter stick, and I need most of my strength to rip it off. I noticed that the local jungle tribes, they never experience lack of ropes. when in the jungle. Also, if you are telling I'm damaging the tree, remember, those are the roots of a strangler. This strangler is actually killing the jungle tree. By cutting those roots, I might have given the jungle tree a little bit more time. Made a nice tidy bundle or ikat from the 3 coconuts, and also added the pineapple for good measure. But I forgot to make a proper handle. So 3 coconuts in the backpack, 3 coconuts in my hand. Now make a handle and let's go for the durians. The coconuts are much more easier to carry with the handle. Also, this tiny pineapple is horribly spiny. It's not a variety of the normal pineapple, folks, or it's not like those baby pineapples which are just underwater normal pineapples which in earlier times people on the plantations threw away, but now they say for crazy money. This is a different species, not Ananas commosus, but Ananas ananasoides. I have 1 vine left, particularly thin one. Extracting my durians from the hiding place. I was gone for less than 20 minutes, but hey, we don't want to risk anything, right? Yeah, this one has smell, but also has a bad spot where a worm exited. This one also has the spot. Of course, the durians, the earliest durians that fall will be the bad ones. But still, there's gonna be edible flesh inside, maybe unripe, maybe not too much, but it's dinner, folks. Turns out the last vine was a bit short, so I have to get particularly creative. Not a comfortable handle, but just a small one to put 1 finger through. But I don't care. I will be able to bring my loot home. A real man never walks twice, and without the vines, I would have never made it in 1 or even in 2 goes. Okay, lady, dinner's here. Well, folks, if you come to Borneo, definitely visit the Tenom Agricultural Park. It's one of the best places, maybe it's my favorite place in all of Borneo, and even if you're not a fruit hunter, one of the best places. Also, please keep in mind, I have a permit to do this. Well, I've had a permit to do fruit videos here for years, and just today the boss of the park reconfirmed my permit and told me, yes, I'm allowed to do like specialized foraging videos, not just pure botanical videos about single species, but foraging videos. Of course, this morning he didn't know that I didn't know that the restaurant and the kiosk are gonna close. If I had known this. As I said, I've been surviving here in the park for, 2 days now, and this morning the kiosk was closed, but the restaurant was open for a short time, so I got 2 tiny bottles of water. If I had known that everything's gonna be closed again for an extended period, I would have gotten more of the tiny bottles. Meow, nah, you missed the meat from the previous group. No, it's just durian and coconut and pineapple, sorry. Well, so now, basically I have the permit to do this. This might be stretching the permit a little bit, but no, you are not getting inside. You made such a mess yesterday, messing up the giant trash bags full of tasty bones and fish heads. Well, this might be stretching my permit a little bit, but it's kind of a survival-ish situation. I mean, okay, we could have even drunk the tap water. We would have survived it, probably got the runs or some other infections, but nothing too serious. But anyway, if you go to Tenom Agricultural Park and if you pick up some fruit lying on the ground and eat it, I know that my backpack smells bad, but it's still not edible. If you pick some fruit from the ground and eat it, nobody will tell you anything. But if you start ripping down coconuts in huge amounts from the trees and stuff like that. Oh, sorry, you were behind me. Sorry that I stepped on your paw. I think cats always fall on their paws. Guess I also always fall on their paws. Well, anyways, folks, this might have been stretching my permit a little bit, but it's still funny for educational and funny purposes. So definitely, if we come to Tenom, don't say, hey, all the fruit showed us in our videos how to do it. Also, don't carry around parangs in Botanic Gardens. This is more appropriate for the jungle, but here the local villagers, like everywhere, they go around with parangs. And after the security staff told me mockingly, 5 times? Yeah, makan buah, minum kelapa, eat fruit, drink coconut, instead of saying, oh, we have a bottle or 2 of water left in our staff room, here you get 1. Yeah, after that, I didn't see a reason to open so many coconuts with a tiny knife. But instead, to get serious. Now, I have a sufficient dinner, and we also have enough water for the night.